Hello out there. A literal army of now undoubtedly vindicated conspiracy theorists are right now plowing through the most recent Epstein dump, and I have, of course, been watching quite a bit of it. There's a lot to strike down on, as the depth of inhumane depravity seems near bottomless at the top of our civilization. But as it relates to the underlying theme and purpose of this channel, I have, for now, chosen to strike down on a particular clip where Steve Bannon interviewed Epstein, after first having promised him that the interview would never hit the public.
He thought that there was a world that existed that would be a combination of both politics and business and leadership. What do I mean? He formed something called the Trilateral Commission. Most countries, the politicians get elected for 4 years or 8 years, separate from the royal families in England or in the Middle East. Someone's there for 4 years and then they're not there anymore. The most important people to have stability and consistency would be businessmen. So he formed this Trilateral Commission of businessmen and politicians from 3 major continents. So it was the North Americans, the Europeans, and the Asians. So he said to me, would you like to be on the Trilateral Commission?
And yes, he took David Rockefeller's offer. This is all about staying on political course, no matter who the voters put on their puppet thrones. Logically, that means that democracy has to be castrated. Might it ultimately be the genetic descendants of the Anunnaki that runs the show? I guess it's not out of the realm of possibility, but for now let's just stick to what we factually know. The objectively verified as admitted by top insiders like Professor Carroll Quigley, Alfred Eckhart Simon, and Burton Hirsch. The Roundtable system, the oligarchic cluster to which the Trilateral Commission belongs, is a real biggie. It's ultimately there to make sure it doesn't matter who wins democratic elections, like the other Roundtable groups do. The Roundtable players, referred to as businessmen by Epstein in the clip, runs the show regardless of who populations democratically let in or out of their compromised puppet parliaments. It's to control the bigger picture. And Epstein's international blackmail operation is a very large part of how the power of the Milner-Fabian Roundtable system is exercised against us and those we believe serve down towards ourselves in our parliaments instead of up towards the Roundtable interests. The reason is simple. The Roundtable oligarchy considers the unpredictability of democracy to be a major risk to their own long-term investments and greater totalitarian plan, and will therefore, quite logically, always do everything they can to do away with that unpredictability by controlling, one way or the other, compromised nation-state officialdom. This absolutely needs to be a clandestine effort, so populations don't detect what's going on, or it won't work. There will be uprisings. But as long as the majority of democracy delusionally believe that it ultimately runs the show by the ballot box, everything is good. No public uprisings to correct anything will occur as long as Mr. and Mrs. Normie believe there isn't anything to correct. It's just like the value of fiat currency. It doesn't have to be valuable. People just have to think it is, believe. Then the system works. It's a mindfuck. Anyone who finds out how things really are, like me and perhaps some of you watching this right now, are easily character assassinated with slurs like conspiracy theorist and tinfoil hat, through editorially compromised mass media, agendized by the Roundtable as part of its own continued effort to remain largely undetected by the masses. The same real news media now peddling the absurd smokescreen narrative that Epstein was a Russian asset, when it's now clear he served as the chief blackmailer of the Milner-Fabian Roundtable cult. Yes, Israel and Mossad and all that. But looking further back than 1948, Israel was established by the Roundtable, as it was really Lord Alfred Milner, who was appointed by the Rothschild clan to manage the Roundtable system as its first top head, who wrote the Balfour Declaration, on which Israel was established. Not Lord Balfour. According to Professor Carroll Quigley, Lord Milner, for whatever reason, just didn't want his own name on that declaration. As far as I can see, Epstein's confidential explanation to Bannon just cannot be ignored as irrelevant to the greater picture. It's simply too much of a smoking gun on a massive hidden power structure at the core of our civilization. And it's truly evil-natured. It's a massive admission that something very nefarious is going on outside the greater public's narrowed-down field of vision. Meanwhile, in a desperate attempt to deflect public awareness back into that narrow downfield of vision, away from the inconvenient facts outside of it, the professional liar and Roundtable stooge, MI6 agent Christopher Steele, yes, the disgraced MI6 operative who cooked up the Steele dossier to prove that Trump was controlled by Putin, is out with yet another and very similar lightning deflector. A lightning deflector narrative in an attempt to redirect public awareness back into the existing anti-Russian narrative. This is the laughable BS real news is desperately going with right now, but it isn't working. The public just isn't buying it. At this point, I think the Trilateral Commission and the Council on Foreign Relations should be regarded as being in service of a foreign entity and be officially registered as such in the US and any other country, except England, of course, hosting one of these deep state shadow government nodes, officially posing as think tanks. But let me know what you think. Is that even realistic? Should an online petition for this be established to force the matter through to Congress for a vote? Or is Congress too compromised by the Roundtable to even be able to deliver the required majority vote, so it should be done by executive order instead? Should Tulsi Gabbard perhaps just have her inbox flooded, and then she will hopefully do the rest? Let me know what you think below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.